Good Diesel.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I please pet your dog?
No, he's working.
He is so beautiful, though.
He's a pretty boy.
He's a beaut.
He's a good boy. Ain't that
well,
right?
I might just pet him anyways.
No, ma'am, don't.
I might just have to pet.
Ma'am, did I stutter?
Did I stutter?
I said not to pet my dog. He's working. He don't want to be distracted. He's being a good boy, and I even, this sign right here, what does that say?
Do not pet me.
Are you blind?
I just can't resist a pretty dog.
I might have a cane you can use back in the house, but Swanee nowadays. All right.
What's his name?
His name's Booger.
Hey, Booger. He just wants me to pet him.
No, I mean.
Oh, look at that face. He's just begging for attention.
No, good boy.
Hey, Booger.
Hey, excuse me.
Hey, Booger.
Ma'am, did I stutter? The sign says, do not distract. Diesel forward. You know what? I just can't do it anymore.
So long, I've been stuck in my ways, but somehow I know I'm gonna change. It makes me stronger. Every time I'm on my way down.
What's going on, guys, and welcome to today's video. So today we are going to be discussing why you don't pet service dogs, why you don't distract them or anything, especially while they are working. And for my case, I have a guide dog because I'm blind and I can't see. Surprise! So that's what I'm going to be talking about. Why you're not supposed to come up and distract my dog while he is working, or try to pet him, or any of that. And I know the skit at the beginning might be a little over exaggerated, but you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised what people come up and do, while the dog is working. And for my case, since I can't see, my guide dog is my eyeballs. So a great way I can compare this to the average person is, hey, do you mind if I put a blindfold over your face while you're driving down the highway at 80 miles an hour? No, they're not going to say I can do that, because obviously they would, run off the road and die. So for me, if I'm crossing an intersection, I don't want my dog to get distracted because someone in the car, in the middle of the road, starts making, ooh, go pretty doggy, you're so cute. Yeah, that is one of the main reasons. And even my family, I don't let love on Diesel that much. It's very, very important that me and Diesel, Diesel and I have this bond. We're this team. And he looks at me for commands on what to do. Now, he's not a magical robot. I have to still know my orientation and where I need to go. So he looks at me for the direction to tell him whether to go forward, whether to go left, whether to wait, and he takes me to the curb. And I have another video I can link up right here that goes into more, the basics of how a guide dog works. But we're going to be talking about why you don't distract them, and the main reason is he's my eyes. He has a job to do. And if I let my family and I let everybody come up and love on Diesel and, pet him, when people come up, and just start petting on him and loving on him, and if I let people do this all the time, Diesel would get distracted so easily when working. I would tell him to go forward, and if he's seen just anybody looking at him and, just wanting to pet him, he would want to go over to that person rather than doing his job. He has a job to do. And that is really the main reason, and also the safety factor. Just like I was saying, if I'm walking down the road here and someone in a car starts making noises and is like, ooh, puppy, oh, you're so cute, and he looks over at him and then turns left and goes out in the middle of the road, well, that's obviously him not doing his job, and that obviously puts, Diesel and I both at risk and at danger. And it's not that, a lot of people come up and they'll ask, and, hey, do you mind if I pet your dog? And I'll be like, no, he's working. Thank you for asking. I really appreciate you asking, rather than just petting my dog since I can't even see if you do pet him. Thank you for asking. And they'll immediately act like I'm this grumpy old Grinch that's super rude. And it's nothing like that. Diesel obviously gets plenty of loving. He gets to play when he is not working. But when he is working, he has a job to do. He has to stay focused, and he has to make sure that I'm safe and also that he is safe. And that's really the main reasons why you don't distract a service dog, because you start letting, your family pet and love on him. People that come up and ask you, do you mind if I pet him? And they start loving on him. And then, you let all these people start loving on him. Well, when he's working, he's not going to stay focused. He's going to start going over to places. He's going to, when he's laying, wherever I'm laying, and he's just sitting there being a super good boy, he'll, someone walks by and it's like, oh, just that little bit, he'll be like almost like a normal dog, and it won't be like he's working. So that is the reason. It's not that people that have service dogs and guide dogs are super rude and mean. It's nothing like that. It's really a safety factor, just like that analogy that I said. And when people come up and they ask you, hey, do you mind if I, perfect example, 2 days ago, a lady comes up inside of the mall. Brooke and I, my girlfriend and I, are walking, and I'm working Diesel, and we're sitting there waiting on the elevator to come up, and we're just sitting there, and he's being a very good boy. And this lady comes up, she's like, hey, I know I'm not supposed to pet a service dog when he's working, but do you mind if I touch your dog? And I'm like, you just said you knew you're not supposed to. And then I'm like, no, he's working, he's being a good boy, I don't want him to get distracted. And keep in mind, I have this like super vibrant sign on his harness that says, do not pet, do not distract, I'm working. And I don't know if a lot of people need to go and get glasses, or they might need a guide dog themselves, but yeah, she's just, and then as soon as I told her no, she's like, I just can't. Some people's like, well, I just can't help myself. I have to touch him. I have to pet him. I just have to. And I'm like, no, you don't. I'm sure if you're that big of a dog lover, you probably have one at home. Like, this is me, and this is my, we're a team. We're a partnership here. And he's working, and he is guiding something that I can't do. He's my eyeballs, and he's guiding me around. He does not need to be distracted. And when we're at home, just like right now, he's just relaxing. And Cooper, my pet lab that I've had before I went blind, they play all the time. I mean, I have just the last video that you guys seen, I took them and they're playing out in the backyard. He gets plenty of loving, trust me, plenty of loving and plenty of time to play when he is not working. And people think that, like, just because they can't love on him, that they don't ever get loving. Oh, they're so pitiful. And it's not the case. It's just because they don't need to get distracted. If you start letting a lot of people touch them and pet them and love on them, then it kind of messes with that bond that Diesel and I have and need to have, and is continuing to grow for the lifetime that we're going to work together. It's a partnership. It's a bond that we need to have because we're a team, and he's my eyes and he guides me around. And that's so crucial, so important, and a lot of people, I guess, just don't understand that. And they get so rude and get so upset when I say, please don't pet my dog. And, thank you for asking, but no, you can't pet him. And they're like, they instantly, it's like, bam. It's like, it's like I did something wrong to them. It's like I was mean to them, and they just get kind of rude. Or they'll step away and they'll start going, oh, just a pretty puppy, oh goodness gracious. And then they're like, right.
What's his name?
His name's Booger.
Hey, Booger. Hey, but he just wants me to pet him.
No, I mean...
Oh, look at that face. He's just begging for attention.
No, good boy.
Booger.
He wants me to pet him. And I'm like, surprise, he's still a dog. He's not a robot. Like, if you back away from him and start sweet-talking him and doing all this, he's going to want you to pet him. And a lot of times I kind of, it's kind of funny when people ask his name. I don't need someone, because he knows his name's Diesel. So if someone else goes, oh, Diesel, Weasel, Beasel, you know, such a sweet little puppy, he's going to obviously look at him and get excited. And people's like, oh, he wants me to pet him. So usually when people ask his name, I just make up a name. I'll just, off the top of my head, I like making up. A lot of the times my go-to is definitely just to say his name's a Booger, because then people's like, really, his name's Booger? But so I hope this video makes sense. If you do have any questions or anything, put them down below in the comments section, and I will answer them And I hope this did answer the question of why you're not supposed to touch and pet service dogs and sweet talk them and distract them. Not just pet, but distract them as well. So I hope this all makes sense. Like I said, if you have any questions or suggestions on any other videos that you would like me to make about Diesel and I, my guide dog, my service dog, just put it down below in the comment section. And if you did enjoy this video, if it did answer a question, if it helped you out, hit the thumbs up button. Share this video if you think this could spread some awareness for people who are not informed about service animals, and you know, it maybe made you laugh a little bit as well. Share this video, and if you're not subscribed to the channel already, go ahead and subscribe. Join the family, and as always guys, thank you all so much for watching, and keep getting stronger.